Hey, what's up? This is Chosen. Hope you're having a fantastic Friday evening. You know what I'm doing on Friday night? I'm fact checking Polarium because we are getting misinformation, disinformation, lies, and deceit in our fourth anniversary fun little video recap video of our accounts. And I have the receipts. I've been doing raid content since the beginning of the game. Probably done raid content longer than anybody on Earth. So I've also recorded all of the shards that I've pulled over like the entire life of my account. So I'm able to go back and fact check things like first legendary champion, and it is wrong. Like my video here on my account is definitely wrong, and I've got the receipts to prove it. So I'm going to show you, and then I also want to know if you're experiencing the same thing on your recap videos as well. So let's get into it. Alrighty, so first of all, I did try to show, I talked about this in today's wrap-up video, but just really quickly, I did try to show my Raid Chronicle video, and it got copyright strike for whatever reason by YouTube. So I am going to do a fun video going over my Raid Chronicle and actually laying it out in like a nice infographic and diving into some of the math and the numbers behind it. And when I dove in to work on it just now, I realized, like, wait a minute, that's not true, because here at about 20 seconds into the video, it says your first legendary champion, and for me it says Astrolith. Astrolith was absolutely not my first legendary champion, and I know that for a 100% fact. And I can actually pull up the footage and show you from back in the day, my first legendary that I ever pulled on my raid account. And you want to know what's funny is this is called Raid Shadow Legends. Huge shard opening, and it's 50 ancients and 3 sacreds. It's just so funny how the community and the game has evolved. Back then, that was like a massive summoning session that was, you know, YouTube worthy and some insane thing to do on your account. And it's 50 ancients and a sacred. But anyway, this is the first legendary that I ever pulled on my account. Pentinent. I think I already got one. Okay, so that's 50. Went okay. It's trying to get me to buy the pack. Not great, not bad. I mean, we did get Rhine Beast. That was a good pull. And then we got a couple good epics and a few rares that can be used as skill books. We got Wretch. I was excited about that pull. That's one that I didn't have yet. So, oh, the days, 2019. I was excited to pull Wretch. Oh, to go back when we were all young and innocent raid players. All in all, went pretty well. Not amazing, but definitely excited to kind of dive in and try a few of those out on the blue shards. So now this is the moment. This is where we're hoping. You know, it's against all odds. We're probably not going to get a legendary here, but hey, we can always hope, right? For at least a GG epic and possibly a legendary. So come on. Heyo. Not the one I wanted. But War Mother, at least I got a legendary. Hey, I'm not gonna complain. Tax one enemy. Yeah, so I actually YOLO'd it my first Sacred Shard in the video. Look at that. So that was the first legendary I ever pulled, and that is the live footage of when it happened. It's been a big meme. I actually knew this off the top of my head. I knew my first legendary was War Mother because it was always a meme on my channel. Like back in the early days of streaming, it came up all the time. Like, oh, who's your first legendary? And it's just been a discussion over the whole life of me doing content. So I knew it was War Mother, but I actually took the time to go back and find when that moment happened, and that was the moment back in 2019 when I pulled my first legendary champion. And then this is another video from a couple days later or a few days later, I don't know, but kind of a little bit down the road. And by this point, I had another legendary, and it was Lord Chamfort. And that summoning session is on YouTube as well, but I didn't think I needed to show you that one. I was mainly just trying to show you the first legendary that I got. But as of this video, you can hear me talk about how my only 2 legendaries so far are War Mother and Lord Chamfort, and then you see it in the index as well. Unfortunately, we're still waiting to get one of those top 10 GG legendaries that have been eluding me. I have 2 legendaries, and neither one of them are in my top 10 legendaries tier list. So, but hey, one of these days it's gonna happen. So, yeah, Yeah, so there you see that I scroll through and I show my my War Mother right there and my Lord Champhor that I'm currently working on as my only two. And obviously at this point, when I'm a super beginner, any legendary that I have would not be in my vault. They would be in my main roster, and I would have been excited to kind of try them out and test them out because back in the day we had no clue. We had no clue who was good or who was bad. There was no tier list. No one knew what they were doing. Everybody was a beginner. There was no like min-maxed anything. So I would have been like, oh, I wonder if Astron is interesting, and I would have been trying to level her up if I had her. And I've kind of known always throughout the lifespan of my channel that my first two legendaries were War Mother and Lord Champhor. Lord Champhor actually ended up being decent for me. He's a decent progression champion with that AoE attack down and the massive aura, you know, and all that. He's really not that bad for a progression champion. So I did. I think Lord Champhor was the first champion was the first legendary that I ever booked. War Mother I did not invest in. Even back then, we kind of knew that War Mother wasn't a great progression legendary. She wasn't viewed as like one of these top 20, top 30 legendaries. But Lord Champhor, I was like, you know what? I don't know when I'm going to get another legendary. I got to spend these books that I have somewhere. I was mostly in like the mid, I was in a decent spending tier. I was spending a little bit of money there back when Raid was new and exciting. So I was like, I got a few legendary books. I got to spend them somewhere. I guess I'm going to spend them on Lord Champhor. So he was the first one that I invested in. But anyway, yeah, a fun one here. And I would be interested to know, for those of you that remember what your first legendary champion was the Raid Chronicle accurate, or was yours off as well? Maybe it's only for accounts that are so old like mine. I mean, I was probably one of the first accounts on Raid. So I wonder if for new players it's accurate, or maybe it's like my first legendary that I pulled in the last calendar year, but it doesn't say it. Like if I take this down, I know some of them said like in the last year, but I can make this smaller here. It's not saying, there's no caveat like last 90 days or within the last year or so. I think some of them did. Whereas, so like, yeah, data from last year only. Right here, it says like 674 chests, data from the last year only. Let me make this a little bit smaller. You can see right there on the bottom, it says data, but it doesn't say that on the on your first legendary. There is no text there, I don't think. Yeah, no, doesn't exist. Okay. So it's wrong on mine, and I'm curious if it's wrong for any of you as well. So let me know down below what your first legendary was, and then also if it's accurate or not. I would appreciate that. So yeah, as always, I appreciate all of you. Remember to subscribe on your way out if you enjoy daily Raid Shadow Legends content. Have a great Friday night. I'm going to be getting ready tomorrow. I've got that fun Amazon Prime show with BBXH and Dean So Cool. So going to be at that all day tomorrow, and it'll be over on Twitch, over on Crown's Twitch channel. So that's what I'm up to, and I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. I will see you soon in the next video and all of that. Thanks for watching. Peace.